Hello everyone, I am Vidya Chatratmat, Assistant Professor from Civil Engineering Department. Today we are going to discuss about the moment of inertia topic. So in the previous videos we have discussed about the centroid and determination of centroid of a irregular laminas. So in that we have come across the two important definitions, that is centroid as well as the center of gravity. So in the center of gravity, what we have assuming the whole weight of the body is assumed to be concentrated at a single point, then it is called as a center of gravity. So whereas in this centroid, the whole area of the body is assumed to be concentrated at a single point. So that is what a centroid. So we have discussed how to solve the centroid, that is x bar and y bar value of a different geometrical figures, and how to divide the irregular lamina into the non-geometrical shapes. So now let us move for the another part in this module, that is moment of inertia. So you may come across the word inertia is nothing but what the resistance to the inertial force. So what it means, just I will give an example. So whenever you are traveling in a bus, so what happens, so whenever the driver applies brakes suddenly, you try to move forward. So then so that is because of inertial force. So means what, your body is resisting to the forward movement, so it offers some resistance. So that is what the inertial force is nothing but what, resistance to the inertial force is nothing but resistance to the mass. Translation, horizontal moment or the vertical moment, the resistance to horizontal, vertical, as well as the translation, that resistance force, what we are calling it as a inertial force. And you have already learned the moment separately is nothing but what, moment is nothing but the force into perpendicular distance, the force which tries to rotate the body, that is what the moment. So now you are coming across the word moment of inertia together, that is you are having the moment of inertia together, you are going to learn here. So what it means, the moment of inertia is nothing but resistance offered of an object against the rotation. So we are not considering any horizontal or vertical direction. So here resistance offered against the rotation with respect to the axis. So that is what your moment of inertia. So we can also call it as the moment of inertia as the second moment or a second moment area or second moment mass. So this moment of inertia may varies from axis to axis. Means what, the moment of inertia for x-axis is also different, the moment of inertia for y-axis is also different. So this is what the how the moment of inertia is defined. So now how you are going to calculate this moment of inertia, that is the second moment area is mass is equal to what, first moment area into x. X is nothing but what, is a perpendicular distance. So first moment area is nothing but how we are calculating area into perpendicular distance, that is a into x here, you just observe, into the again the perpendicular distance x here. Therefore the moment of inertia I is equal to what, a into x square. It is always represented in terms of mm raised to 4 or meter raised to 4. So you can observe area is in terms of meter square and x is nothing but a distance in terms of meter square. Therefore the moment of inertia is always represented by the meter raised to 4 or millimeter raised to 4. So this is what the moment of inertia. So you can observe, so simply the moment of inertia is nothing but what, it is the resistance offered by an object against the rotation with respect to the given axis. It may be x-axis or it may be the y-axis. That is what your moment of inertia or the second moment area. So here if the moment of inertia is large, if it is a maximum, so then it is difficult to object accelerated. It means we cannot move the object easily if the moment of inertia is more. If the moment of inertia is less, we can easily rotate this object, or easily we can handle the object if the moment of inertia is less. So just to remember, the inertial force or a moment of inertia is nothing but what, resistance to the rotation of a body against the any axis. So this is what the moment of inertia. So now let us see the figure. So let us consider irregular plane is there. It is an irregular lamina, clear, which is having an area of A. You can observe here. So those center of gravity. So you know you have already learned center of gravity is nothing but you are finding x bar and y bar distances. This center of gravity is from the reference axis is lies from x and y. That is what a center of gravity yellow color indicates. So now you need to find out the moment of inertia of this irregular body. So that is moment of inertia about y axis. There is nothing but moment of inertia about this y axis is equal to what? The first moment area. So first moment area is multiplied with the perpendicular distance. So first moment area is nothing but what? Your A into x is the first moment area. Again it is multiplied with the perpendicular distance x. Therefore it will becomes A into x square. So A into x square is the second moment area of this irregular lamina. Is nothing but only moment what you are considering A into x, but second moment area is nothing but what you are considering area into square of the perpendicular distance is what your second moment area. So like that you have to calculate the second moment area for the irregular lamina. So this is about the second moment area. So now we will come across some of the important theorems in this module. So that is regarding the moment of inertia, that is the parallel axis theorem as well as the perpendicular axis theorem. So let us see the parallel axis theorem, what it says exactly. You just observe this figure clearly, what this parallel axis theorem says. So now just read the statement. The moment of inertia of a plane figure about axis 1 1 is nothing but you can observe this is what your axis 1 1. The pointer this is axis 1 1 parallel to the centroidal axis. So centroidal axis is nothing but this x axis. So whatever you are observing x axis, this is what a parallel centroidal axis. The moment of inertia of the axis 1 1 which is parallel to the centroidal axis, that is x, that is that equal to the that is equal to the moment of inertia of the ix, that is moment of inertia, that is you can observe here the moment of inertia of a plane, this your plane is considered about axis 1 1. If axis 1 1 is here parallel to the centroidal axis, which is parallel to the centroidal axis, is equal to the what? Summation of moment of inertia of this centroidal axis plus product of area into square of the perpendicular distance. Now just this equation we are explaining here, that is moment of inertia of this section 1 1 is what? I11 is equal to what? Moment of inertia of this plane figure about the centroidal axis is nothing but x bar plus area into perpendicular distance, square of the perpendicular distance is nothing but y bar. This is what the parallel axis theorem. So you need to prove this parallel axis theorem here. So the statement is clear. So if you're considering any axis here which is exactly parallel to the centroidal axis of a plane figure, so then moment of inertia of this axis, that is axis 1 1, is exactly equal to the summation of moment of inertia of the centroidal axis plus area into square of the distance between the both the axes. This is what the parallel axis theorem statement. So now you need to prove this parallel axis theorem. So let us consider a plane figure is there which is having a total area A. So now x bar is the moment of inertia of x axis about the centroidal axis. You just clear with the notation. Ix bar is nothing but what? It is a moment of inertia of the plane figure with respect to the centroidal axis is Ixx. So now the moment of inertia of the another axis, that is 1 1, is denoted by the I11. So now let us choose an elementary strip. So you can observe this dotted or whatever the hatched portion is nothing but it is a elementary strip. So let us choose an elementary strip of area dA. You can observe the area of this elementary strip is what? So it is d into a is the area of the elementary strip. Let us consider that elementary strip which is having an area dA which is at a distance of y from the centroidal axis. You can observe here the distance y from the centroidal axis. This is what the y distance from the centroidal axis. So now the moment of inertia of this strip about x-axis. So it is nothing but you have to calculate moment of inertia of this strip about this x-axis. So this strip is here, x-axis is here, perpendicular distance is y. Moment of inertia is nothing but what? Area into square of the perpendicular distance. Therefore, area is dA. Clear? Area is dA and square of the perpendicular distance is what? The moment of inertia of the strip about this x-axis. So now the moment of inertia of the total area about x-axis. So in this irregular lamina, we have to consider the n number of strips are there. So total area of this n number of strips about the x-axis is equal to, just you have to apply the summation here. So this is what the single strip, and you have to apply the summation for this Ix is equal to summation of dA into y square, that is the moment of inertia of the total area about the x-axis is what? This one. So now you have to take the moment of inertia of the strip about 1 axis. So that is 1 axis is here. You have to consider the moment here. So now the distance from this strip to the 1 axis is what? Total this distance, that is y plus y bar. Clear? So elementary strip is here, your axis is here, the total distance is from here to here. You just observe here, from here to here is your total distance. Therefore moment of inertia of this strip is about 1 axis is equal to area into square of the perpendicular distance. Area is nothing but dA, you can observe, into square of the perpendicular distance, that is y plus y bar whole square. That is what the moment of inertia of the strip about the 1 axis. So now the moment of inertia of total area about 1 axis. Similarly, so you have considered the strip about 1 axis. So now the total area of whole strips about 1 axis, you have to apply the summation here. Just you can use a plus b whole square formula here. So then find out what is I11 and I11 is nothing but moment of inertia about the section 11. So just a square plus b square plus 2ab, so how to apply here. So then just open the bracket here. So now y is nothing but the centroidal distance, you with respect to the centroidal axis is considered as 0, y is 0. Just substitute y is 0 in this term. The remaining is summation of dA into y square and summation of dA into y bar square. So summation of dA into y square is nothing but your Ix, and summation of dA into y bar square is nothing but your what? This is summation of dA is nothing but your area, that is A into y bar square. So that is, you just substitute y is equal to 0, and the remaining values you can obtain by the previous notations or previous you can observe for the so from the previous moment of inertia what you have taken. So then you will get the equation I11 is equal to Ix plus A into y bar. So this is what the parallel axis theorem. So you have proved this statement. So means what? The moment of inertia of a plane figure about any axis is nothing but it is which is parallel to the centroidal axis is equal to the moment of inertia of the again that plane figure with respect to the centroidal axis plus area into square of the distance between them. So this is what the parallel axis theorem says. So based on this parallel axis theorem you need to solve the problem. So this is what the simple derivation, that is the parallel axis theorem. So similarly, if you are considering the axis which is parallel to the x-axis, you can consider the parallel to y-axis also. You can observe here. Similarly, the moment of inertia, that is you are considering the section 2 which is parallel to y-axis. Here you will get I22 is equal to Iy bar plus A into x bar square. So means this distance is x bar. So instead of x-axis, you are considering the y-axis here. So this is what the parallel axis theorem. So now the perpendicular axis theorem is also there. Let us continue that in the next class. Thank you.